Yeah. How long would it take for a low Wi-Fi?
Here, it only takes less than a minute. I mean, well,
What if I got a whole bunch of stuff
Oh, that
waiting for Wi-Fi?
yeah, that depends on whatever it is that you're uploading. It takes a long time, yeah. I mean, whatever the files, however they're condensed and however, yeah, they're compressed. Yeah, it depends. Yeah. I mean, I have my own hotspot, but I try not to use it much. That's why I come here, upload in the morning, have my coffee, and then I'm on my way to go do my classes and stuff. So. Good morning. Fascinating. You find porn more interesting than these chats. Then leave. Good morning, JP Kane. I have to go to class this morning, and I don't know. We'll see where the wind takes me. This cat over here, JP, the one who knocks. Now we know that he is into porn. This is one of the haters, one of the trolls. That's what you call them now. Hey, no one invited you. Oh, bye. Oh, now you're frightened. Bye for now. See ya. People with minute lives have nothing better to do than to troll. Yeah, definitely going to save this chat. The fact that he said that he likes porn more than these chats. I think that speaks volumes. How are you doing this morning? I really don't mind the trolls. I mean, it's just they don't realize that they're helping me by staying on, being a schmuck, and subscribing. So they're increasing me. The only way they can really hurt me is to unsubscribe. I don't mind them attacking me. It's when they attack my subscribers. That's what I don't like. Believe it or not. I really don't care. They just have no. How a person like that can go from channel to channel and be so critique and not have a life. I think that speaks that they're too afraid of doing what a YouTuber does. Oh no. You know, when I first moved in, the AC wasn't working either for about a week. Then one night I came home and the AC was working. Our AC is pretty ice cold. It's pretty darn cold. I guess it's a good thing, but sometimes I get a little too cold and I have to bundle myself up. I'm very hypersensitive when it comes to cold. I'm kind of one of these weird persons when I'm driving a car. I have the AC maxed out on the inside the car, but I have the window cracked open a little bit on the driver's side, just to get a little bit of warm air and kind of mixing. And I do the same thing opposite in wintertime. I have the heater cranked up, but I have the window cracked a little bit on the driver's side just to get some of the cold air in my face. It's very weird like that. it's comfortable, right? It's like when I have the covers over me in bed, I always have like a foot out, just so I can have either part of my foot out or a toe sticking out. I don't know. It's kind of like, in a cook's term, it's kind of like having that candy thermometer, just to regulate, just to be able to not visually see, but to physically feel, to regulate the temperature. It's weird. Oh my goodness. I'm very exhausted. I did a lot this weekend. I think I've done more this weekend than I have done in the past. Oh, I wish I could take one day off and just not do anything. Yeah, I find it. I think even more so as I get older, I cannot I cannot take a day off. Honestly, it's weird. I get very restless. I don't even think you could pay me $1,000 just to take a day off. Just like, excuse me, I just like doing what I do. I'd be bored as hell sitting in my room all day watching TV, or I just, yeah. I think it would be different if I had my daughter with me. Um, that would be no problem. But me alone, um, yeah, you couldn't pay me just to take a day off and just sit around and do nothing. Just I would just I'd tear myself up. We'll see where the wind blows me after class today, where I'm going to go. She will be 10 August 8th. Damn, 10 years old. She's probably as tall as me by now. Yeah, that's a tender age right there, 10 for a girl. So I think that's a very influential age. Everything starts to come into the mix. It used to be about maybe 12, 13 years of age, but nowadays kids get a little bit more mature and a little bit more curious. Kids don't have it easy today. They become adults at a much younger age, I think. From my point of view and from what I've seen and from what I've experienced, kids are just too mature at a much younger age. I mean, I didn't think I was still like 16 years old, 16, 17 years old, and still pretty much into kid stuff, toys. And I think when I was like 16, the last toys that I was playing with, my friend Scott and I, my brother Scott and I, were playing Robotech. Robotech was like the anime, the Japanese anime. We were buying these Robotech robots and making still movies with them and stuff. So now, at 16 or 17, they're just, I don't know. I do not envy today's youth, that's for certain. Yeah, America's youth, and I don't mean youth worldwide, in this country alone, America's youth is being bombarded from the left and the right and the middle and the back. And I feel, from my point of view, they're literally being pulled like taffy, you know. Um, and I see that a lot of kids nowadays are dropping out of school at a much higher rate than when I was younger. Um, I see a lot more young people homeless, and that's also in great part, I think, with it starts with parenting. It starts with home. No, No, I'm right with you. I mean, I'm scared as hell. What I'm going to wake up tomorrow. What this country is going to be like tomorrow. It used to be you wake up with anticipation and hopefulness. Now it's like, oh my God, am I going to turn on the news and find out there's more racial rhetoric, someone calling the police on someone, or some lady calling the police on some little girl because she's selling lemonade without a permit. It's stupid like that. Or a police shooting someone without any cause or any reason. And it's just it's like you said, it's dread. It's pure dread. You know, it used to be hopefulness in this country. Now that's why I put in it's a Garfield Monday. It's like, why even bother to wake up? What's the use? What's the sense? But I can't let that hold me back. I mean, I've already been put through the meat grinder and what I've done. So it's I have another chance at life. So, and this is the last chance. The way I feel, this is the last chance I have in life. I can't go through this again. Not at my age. I have 10 years at best before retiring, and I don't want to retire. Honestly, I'm going to put that off as long as possible. I don't want that. I don't want that pension check. I don't want to retire. I want to keep going until I can't go anymore. And I think honestly, even if I retire, I'm still gonna have to work. I have a couple of friends. I have one lady. She's 67, 68. She lives down the street across from Memorial Park. She pays $1,700. Her pension check doesn't doesn't even really actually cover that. So she still does catering on the side, and she gets EBT. She gets a whole $35 a month in EBT. $35. She's a pretty prominent lady. She worked pretty hard, and she says, "I'd rather get nothing. For her to get $35 is kind of a slap in the face." And she works her butt off. You know, she's involved with the homeless, and she does a lot for the community. But I think Jan and everybody is sleeping in on a Monday. Jan and Christy, you lazy bums, wake up. Are you serious? Really? You know, and their formulation is pretty silly. If if when you apply, they take the previous month of what you earned, and that preceding month where you have no income whatever, they take the formulation from the preceding month, they calculate, and they figure that you should have at least 30 to 37% carried over into the next month. So what you're going to get instead of getting the full amount is going to be considerably a lot less. It's it's a very antiquated formulation that they have. Yeah, and you were probably there for at least 2 hours, and depending on how long you were waiting in the office, anywhere from 1 to 4 hours, depending on where you are. It used to be a lot worse. It used to be a lot worse. I mean, people would go in there angry as all can be, and I can understand that, but you're not helping anything. You're just making people that are in the waiting room feel more uncomfortable. You're angering their blood, and everybody's going to go in there and attack whoever your case manager is. And the case managers, they're already overloaded. I can kind of sympathize with them, but they do get a point in their career where they get jaded, they get desensitized, and they don't care anymore. And the way I feel about it is if you get to that point in your life and you don't care anymore, where you're hopeful and wanting to help people and make a change, I think it's time for you to seek a different career. Because with that kind of attitude, you might as well just go sell used cars and not care. As I say, that's just my point of view. It's just it's just crazy. But I just have the hardest time, and when I go up there and I see a lot of young people, barely 18, barely out of high school, and they're not even trying to look for work. They're already trying to look for benefits. And I'm thinking, my God, I mean, I'm 52 years old. I'm trying to get a job, and you're barely 20, under 20, and you're already applying for food stamps and general relief or whatever you can get, and Medicare. Wow, that's that's a crying shame. And the parents, I don't think today's parents know how to parent. Period. Parents just don't teach your children core values anymore. I don't think core values are gone in this country. No, jobs are from what I've seen and from my experience. It's not that jobs are scarce. It's just that kids are lazy. I think they feel entitled now. That's why they don't, they really don't bother. And trust me, like during the summertime, when the summer just starts to let out, there's a lot of cities and a lot of communities that, I mean, you go to your community center and you'll see posters. Oh, summertime jobs for between ages blah blah to 20, 21 years of age. And they always target these jobs for youth. Kids just don't take it anymore. So it's not that jobs are scarce. Jobs actually are more plentiful now than they have been in the past 7 to 10 years. It's just that America's youth feels entitled and they just are lazy. Our kids are just lazy. I think there's an increase of 12 to 14% of kids that are applying for benefits, welfare, general relief, Medi-Cal. They just don't give a darn anymore. Yeah, I mean, I was 8 or 9 years old and I was getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning, waiting for the truck to roll by and dropping off about a quarter, well, what seemed like a quarter of a ton of Daily Breeze newspaper. And there I am on the front lawn, depending on the weather, putting rubber bands on the Daily Breeze, stuffing my saddlebag on the handlebars of my bicycle. And I'm going around to open up store number 3212 in Manhattan Beach. I was at 16, making a whole 335 an hour. Kids don't do that anymore. So, yeah. And it didn't even matter if it was raining. I'm still out there delivering newspapers. I think delivering newspapers for the Daily Breeze at that time, I was making a whole 11 to somewhere 11 to $14 a week. It wasn't very much money, but it was, and by today's standards, but for then that was quite a bit of money. Well, that was back in the '70s. I mean, when I was making $3.35 an hour, I had my own car. I had because my mom kicked me out. I had my own apartment. I was still going to insurance wasn't a priority. You didn't have to have insurance. So, but it's always with the parents. They don't. Most parents just don't teach their kids core values anymore, and they don't wanna discipline them correctly. Here's your smartphone. What did they show? This was last year. They showed a child not only gets an allowance, they buy all their clothing, they buy them all their electronic equipment that they need. They have shelter, and the children still turn out with an attitude that they have, unappreciated. Okay. I'll see you, man. Hopefully it gets fixed. Good morning, Stephen. No, I don't. No. One must pay. It's not like going to Denny's. Actually, even at Denny's, you don't get free refills. You get they bring you that carafe, so they charge you for that carafe of coffee. At least some of the places here. I think IHOP does the same thing. There used to be a time, not no more. Amy, good morning. Yes, I do. Once in a while, I do. Yes. Um, I'm partial to the bacon, egg, and Gouda sandwich, but they have quite a few different varieties. They're always coming up with new menus. So, like their latest thing right now is the Mercato. Like they have these signature sandwiches. Their salads are pretty good too. I like their turkey chipotle salad, and then they have a good grilled chicken salad. But once in a while, I think my all-time favorite is everything bagel toasted butter. Actually, I suffice to say, I like Starbucks. I can spend quite a bit of money here at Starbucks. I mean, I have I have the app on my phone. I have the electronic gift card. So put up my gift card. I just scan the barcode. Move on. Yeah, no problem. Sure. But I love Starbucks. Um, kind of. I take advantage. Excuse me. I take advantage of like a lot of discounts. I've always been. I learned that from my mother and my oldest cousin Vicky. I can balance a budget. I can balance my checkbook like you wouldn't believe. But checkbook, so passe, right? Um, when coupons were still the thing, I could use coupons. I can spend what would be a $300 weekly shopping bill. I could probably squeeze out maybe $500 out of it with coupons alone. And being in the previous state before I got in, I could make my money last me most definitely an entire month, where most people burn it within a week. Uh, excuse me, I get a runny nose early, especially when it's cool. But take advantage of like McDonald's or Burger King or whatever an app has for an eatery or a fast food place. I take advantage of it. So I have today. If I go to McDonald's, I'll use their McDonald's app. I'll get a Big Mac or a McDonald's or a McDouble, excuse me, for $1. And that's normally like a $3 to $4 sandwich. So, yeah, I enjoy being frugal. I'm not cheap. I'm just being smart with my money. In this day and age, one definitely needs to be smart with their money. Oh my God, it's still early. It feels so late. Oh my goodness. Oh, I am beat. Oh my gosh. Still, I continue to pursue and march forward. But I am doggone tired. See? Yeah. Cool, copacetic. Yes, I am. Um, my furniture and everything that I ordered does not arrive until August 15th. So it's it's no big. It's look. It's definitely better than being in my sleeping bag and being on the concrete. Because I have a sciatic nerve on my right side. It just absolutely kills me. And being on a hard surface is just it just it was impossible to get comfortable. I mean, granted, it still bothers me, but in comparison, I don't have to wake up in the middle of the night hearing a creak, a snap of a twig, and wondering if it's an intruder or someone that I have to chase off, that we have to chase off. Oh man, are we gonna get in a fight at 2 o'clock in the morning? What happened? So I feel I'm just happier. I'm just a lot happier. I'm not as angry. I'm most certainly not as stressed. And if you looked at my past videos, I was, and it wasn't that I was so angry. It's just that I was stressed and frustrated. You know, the stress and the frustration of everyday rigors of life, of being homeless, is just shit. It just eats you up from the inside out. You know, it's like a virus. I have seen. I think everybody, all you guys have seen the change first, and I didn't really take notice about the change in my attitude in my life. I don't think we really, any of us, whatever our situation is, we really don't see from the inside out. I always saw from the outside in, but I've taken notice on how my mannerism, my attitude, how much more focused I am in life, and all for the better. I just, I always do in the back of my mind. I always have that PTSD and the PTSD of all this could come crumbling down again, you know. But I'll feel better once I'm, because this is just a transitional situation. This is just a transitional home. I'll feel better once I'm in my own apartment, studio, or what have you. That I don't have to have roommates. And I can walk around my own place freely. You know, it's just it'll be better. But I'm thankful for God just to be off the streets. I am definitely a lot more empathetic to other people because it's not easy. It's not easy by any means. There's definitely a shortage of housing. And for me to have gotten my housing, I'm very lucky and I feel very blessed. It's not like it was. It's not like I won the lottery in a sense. I worked pretty hard for where I am now. I I wasn't lazily on my ass. I mean, even when I was working, I was still striving for it. So let's just give them a house. Just give them a place to live. I worked for it. I worked my ass off. And it took 3.5 years to get to where I am this day. So, and sad to say, I do have a couple friends that aren't even trying. They're not even trying. I kind of call those kind of people career homeless. They don't, they talk about, oh, by this time next year, I won't be here. Oh, by this time next year, things are going to change for me. Well, I've yet to really see you do anything. You're just doing this. But I don't tell them that. Why? Actions speak louder than words, and I've always acted upon it. So. But I do feel sorry for them. Sometimes people are fearful of change after being that. And these guys, excuse me, I'm running this. Two of my friends have been out here for over 10 years. Over 10 years. One guy that I knew, he'd already been out here 23 plus years. I can't even imagine that. But you know what? The thing is, time does go by fast. When you're in that situation, time literally, here, a week becomes a month or 2 months in a matter of what seems like hours. It's like time lapse photography. It just rolls and rolls. The next thing you know, it's like 5 years have already gone by. And you don't even really take notice. It's rough. Like I said, I wouldn't wish this upon my worst enemy. I need a haircut. It is. We have. What do we have? We have something coming up. Let me see. I think we have something coming up this weekend. We should. Seventeenth. So on the 17th, okay, so I think August 18th, we should have what's called the Wow Jam, which is this Christian-based group. Comes every year here in Pasadena. It's really cool. It's for it's a community-based program. A lot of people think it's for the homeless. It's not for the homeless. It's geared for. It started off for those that are impoverished, low income, and homeless, but it's turned into a whole community thing. They come out, they do, they offer free haircuts for both men and women, makeup, hairstyling for the women, free childcare if you want to attend everything. They do a lot of raffles. They give away a lot of prizes, especially a lot of bicycles, flat screen TVs, and everything. And then at the end of the day, it's like an all day thing. Um, they have this huge truck where they give families bags of groceries. It's really cool. It's a lot of fun. And um, one of the people that does it is I can't remember. I keep wanting to say it's the female singer from a '70s duo group called Peaches and Herbs. I, but I think I'm getting that. I think I'm getting that incorrect. It is. And she's become a pastor or a minister. What is her name? Doggone it. Yeah. Actually, I'll put the link down. Um, she was part of the '70s Peaches and Herbs, and one of their hits was called Reunited. So good morning, Sunny. Journey. That's awesome. I love it when I can touch someone from the other side. That's so cool. Thank you. Yeah, I owe a lot to Mark. I mean, Mark's helped me put, I Mark's a great guy. Um, he's coming to LA pretty soon because he's doing that thing with Oculus and Facebook for that virtual reality. So he's going to be very, very busy when it comes to LA. I hope that I can catch up with him. I hope that I can get to spend some time with him again. He's incredible in the situation that he was doing what he was doing when he was homeless. It's just incredible. He's just an incredible human being. Good morning. How are you? Yesterday I did a lot. After yesterday's live stream, I was kind of thinking of what I wanted to do, where I wanted to go. So yesterday morning, I got on the bus. I went up to Pasadena. I did the trailhead. I hiked up for about a half a mile, almost 3/4 of a mile. And then I came back down, and then I went to Studio City, and I did the two vlogs up at Citywide. Then I came back, and then I uploaded the 2 videos, and that took forever. But the hiking took a lot out of me. It took a lot out of me. Actually, here, this is what we're doing. What's coming next month? You should check them out. They do a lot of great work when they. It's a shame they only come around once a year, but they're very busy. This group goes all over the world, not just here in the United States. They go all over the world. But when they do come here, it's a lot of fun. It's a great organization. It's a great organization. I cannot speak enough about them as well. Not bad for a 52-year-old fart, huh? I love hiking. I used to always go hiking the trailhead in comparison to me, I used to go to Eaton Canyon, but that trailhead in comparison to Eaton Canyon, it's a lot harder than I thought, and I've never been there up until yesterday. It's a pretty steep incline, so but it was a lot of fun. I think Eaton Canyon starts off as kind of a flat, maybe 12% upgrade, but this one was getting up to be a 30-40% upgrade. So it was pretty hard. I didn't, like I said, I got maybe at best 3/4 of a mile out, and time was going by fast. And I'm thinking, I gotta go do what I was doing. So I came back down. Descent was definitely a welcome. Ascending was, but for someone that doesn't work out, yeah, I did all right. Good morning, Just Be. Thank you. And I always do. I always thank God. I wouldn't be here where I am today without that. Yes, that was good. Thank you very much. God, it's still so early. I'm so tired. It feels like it's like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock in the morning. I'm the only one in the house that gets up as early as they do. Everybody just still lays around and. Well, we have two bathrooms. We have 1.5 bathrooms, so I'm not so worried. The one bathroom that is on the section of the house where I live, it's the half bathroom, and my one roommate and I, we share that bathroom. I mean, everybody else uses it once in a great while, but it's she and I that mainly use it. So it's nice, and it's just literally, I open my bedroom door, and it's right there in front of me. So that's definitely a godsend. So, yeah. Thank you, Jesse. But it's nice. Did I? No, you know what? I don't. I haven't bought any instant coffee just because I don't have the means. I guess I do. I could nuke the hot water, but I just like to get up and get out. Um, I buy. It's not Starbucks. It's a different brand. It's called Caliph Cat Coffee, and it's one of those like Starbucks cold coffee things in the morning. It's much better than Starbucks. Actually, it's not as watery. It's thick. It's a little bit more expensive, but it's worthwhile. I'll pour myself a cup in the morning, and then I'll come and drag my butt over here to Starbucks and get my venti dark roast. But, definitely gonna get I want a coffee maker. That way I can pre-program it and set it so it'll already start brewing coffee before in the morning. Or actually one of those instant K-cups. So when I used to work for Sur La Table, I was an espresso demonstrator, so that was a lot. Yeah, well, coffee is one of the most. Coffee is as expensive as gas. It's gas. No, actually, it's milk, gas, and coffee are the most three expensive liquids in America. Milk, gas, and coffee in that order. Think about it in comparison. It's more expensive than the one thing that sustains life, and that's water. But milk, gas, and coffee, you're always paying more money than what it's worth for those three things. And actually, milk for there about a year or two ago was more expensive than gas. Get a song in your head that stays with you for a while. I got a song in my head that I've had stuck in my head for the past couple of days. Oh, Wisconsin. I get misty when I hear about Wisconsin again. I used to live in Wisconsin. I loved Wisconsin. I still love Wisconsin. Wisconsin, two best places that I ever lived, and I've lived in a lot of places, is South Lake Tahoe and Wisconsin. Central Wisconsin. 237. Well, of course, three things that are very affordable. Well, four things: milk, cheese. Well, three things: milk and cheese, and never a shortage on frozen pizza under the boardwalk. I don't know why. I heard it. Where did I hear it? Oh, I was at the 99-cent store, and that song came on. And every time I go to the 99-cent store, a certain song, because they have a good selection of music. But that was like 2 days ago. Under the boardwalk. I miss cheese curds. You live in I used to live in Stevens Point. My first wife and I, we lived in Stevens Point, central Wisconsin. I just miss traveling altogether, honestly. Oh, yeah, I used to work for Warzala Publishing. We used to have we lived in a 3-bedroom, 2-story, finished basement, 1,800 square foot duplex for $950, which in comparison out here is about $3,200 a month in comparison, with a double car garage, nice deck, huge. You know what I miss about Wisconsin, and it got me. I had to get used to this. I had to get used to the lifestyle out there. Fast food eateries, and I'm not being racist or anything, but fast food eateries see people of ethnicity. It's like you go to any take Pratt or a John Deere, no fences. People do not have their yards fenced. Cemeteries are not fenced. They're all open air. When you're walking down the street, people say good day or good morning or good evening to you compared to out here. When you walk into a pharmacy or a grocery store, people call you by your name, by your first name. Oh, good morning, Charlie. Good morning, Mary. Oh, and how is young Christopher today? I love that. People out here, oh man, you do that, they're gonna look at you like, are you on drugs or are you drunk? Yeah, see, it's and there's no. See, I know what I'm talking about. Yeah, and see, in that part of the country, people are hospitable. In California, people are not hospitable by any means. Very, very selfish. Very selfish out here. Good morning, Bear. How are you? Yeah, I don't. I put. I don't block anybody. It's. I have. It's automatically set. I haven't altered any of the thing. So Facebook automatically does any blocking. Well, they hold for me to edit, and sometimes a lot of you um, will say something that's personal that you only want me to see. So it's automatically set. 'Cause like I said, I haven't altered anything. I don't block anybody. It's automatically set for me to um, whether I want to or not. So a lot of you folks, and yeah, Facebook has gotten strange. But I love the Midwest. I love the Midwest. Um, I would definitely like to buy property out there. I miss all four seasons. I especially apple picking time, strawberry fest, corn fest, watermelon fest, and I can't. I've talked about this all the time. I just love the Midwest. Iron Mountain. Oh my God, Iron Mountain. I know Iron Mountain. We also have Iron Mountain in Wisconsin too. I know. Nowhere else in the country can you buy a three-story, six-bedroom, 3.5 bath house on a 1 acre lot for less than $100,000, or at least about $100,000. That's about a $4 million home here, easily. And another thing that got me, I had to get time to get used to is seeing high school kids in the back of a pickup truck because that's highly illegal out here in California. Good morning, Helvetia. How are you? Oh, I see. Yeah, Facebook does their own things in other countries. I think that's another. I think that's another problem. Another reason why that there's a problem when I've gotten complaints that they cannot get to my wish list on Amazon. It's different.
Yeah.
I don't. I don't. What's it? WMG? I don't know. Oh, Warner Music Group. Warner Music Group. There's yeah. There's, you know, back in my day, there was a thing called shorthand, which shorthand used to be its own. No, it used to be its own thing. Now everybody abbreviates everything. It's like OMG, LOL, LMOA. It's like people don't. That's why I think Americans have become more and more stupid because people don't know how to spell. they abbreviate everything. I mean, I can't keep up with all these abbreviations. Yeah. I haven't even checked my email. I know that when I was in City Walk, I know that I'm pretty sure that my videos got dinged a lot if you could hear the ambient music in the background. It's all piped and everything. I don't think it's going to be a passing fad any more than they don't teach scripted anymore here in the United States, how to do cursive writing anymore. I mean, everything is tap on keys. It used to be through grade school, you always use pencil. Permissible to use a pen. And through high school, junior high and high school, you used pen and pencil. But throughout grade school, elementary school, you always use pencil. And by first and second grade, you learn how to do cursive writing. There's no such thing as cursive writing anymore. I love cursive writing. Yeah. Yeah, see, I mean, because sometimes, like, when I go to, well, this was like maybe about a week or so ago. I was at a different Starbucks down in Colorado. And there's these, this is so stupid. There's these two ladies that were talking business and stuff like that. And the one lady's looking at a piece of paper and she's like, "What language is that?" The other lady goes, "Excuse me? What language is that?" "Well, what do you mean, what language is that?" "I can't read that. I can't understand that." They're young ladies, okay? I can't read that. I don't understand what language is that? That's American. That's American? It's handwriting. Handwriting? You mean like old script, like cursive? Yes. This young lady could not read handwriting. Really. And I'm like on the other side of the table and I'm just shaking my head. I'm thinking, oh my God, this is what we've gone to. This young lady could not read handwriting. She thought it was a foreign language. Like hieroglyphics or something. Wow. Not even at a collegiate level do they teach handwriting or cursive, whatever you want to call it. See, this is the doom of our country. Awful all kinds. Yeah, Madison. I like Madison. Wow, I can't. Yeah, I can imagine that part of the country is growing pretty quickly. Told her it was Russian. Russian. That's funny. Do you ever worry about walking down the streets and a mass shooting break out? No question. You know what? Honestly, in this day of age, where everything has been drew, where everything has been like, um, yeah, I try not to let myself get that paranoid. But this day and age, you just never know what's going to happen. Yeah, I worry. I don't. I try not to let it worry me that much. But there's always that back of the mind, especially being on public transportation or on a bus, where there's a passenger being angry. Uh, there's no place to sit because the bus is overcrowded. Yeah, I kind of get standoffish, and then I get on my guard. It's like, oh my God, what's going to happen? Is this person going to pull out a gun or a knife and start attacking people? You just never know in this day of age. And it's sad to say that we've come to that part of that day of age. Uh, gun laws. Gun laws are definitely walking on the path of a blade of a knife. They're good and they're bad. They're good in the sense because they are to check the background, the criminal background, and the mentality of a person's background to see whether they're capable enough to carry such a weapon. But at the same time, our forefathers thought that it didn't matter what your mental or criminal background was, everyone should have the right to own a firearm to protect themselves and protect their household and their families. But in this day of age, a background is most certainly a warranted thing. Because any nut job, because if it wasn't for that, I guess any nut job could own a gun. So I don't know. I teeter on that. I teeter on that. I have copies of those that are in multi-cursive. I used to do calligraphy when I was younger. I love calligraphy. Um, I was gonna take architecture in high school, but I never did. And part of architecture was also an introduction in calligraphy. And my mom bought me. I had the chisel pen, I had the point pen, I had like 3 different tips. Yeah, I loved it. Last count here in Madison, we have over 250,000 here alone. So the surround city now 900,000. That's a lot of people. That's an explosive population now in Madison. Madison was nice. No, it's yeah. Crime is in comparison. Crime is still pretty. People don't really get. You know what it is? I think in comparison, if you look at it socially and geographically, the denser a city is, where there's more people packed in, the more stress, the more anger, um, the more people are angry at each other because there's no elbow room. There's no freedom. So the denser a city is, I think the more angry the populace is. Yeah, more and more cities are doing that. More and more, especially in Florida. I mean, I think they took notice about a year and a half ago in Florida when there was a group of like 12 or 14 people that were handing out food to the homeless. And it was actually a priest who was ticketed and arrested for feeding homeless in a park. So yeah, more and more cities are doing that. And in some cities, they're actually putting up placards that say if you see a homeless person within the city limits to call this a toll-free number, and the police and the authorities will come and deal with this person, either ticket, cite, and or arrest. So yeah, more and more cities are doing it, and that's inhumane. That's inhumane to me. Yeah, see, it is inhumane. The fines for helping homeless are $100 for the first offense, and the second offense is $200, and even more going to jail. Okay, so you're gonna get fined $100 for feeding a homeless person. And if you do it again, that's $200 and or maybe jail time. When I was homeless, and when it was about 2 o'clock in the morning, when this police officer came around, and I got ticketed. Well, a few of us got ticketed, and I went to court. The district attorney wanted to give me 18 months in county jail for being homeless. 18 months at Twin Towers, downtown Los Angeles, for being homeless. All because I wasn't enrolled. And people say that there's laws here in California that aren't targeting the homeless. If that's true, then why did the assistant district attorney, excuse me, wanted to give me jail time for being homeless? It was something that was beyond my control. You know, it's getting worse. It's really getting worse. And it's really going to get bad here. Um, I honestly dread the next presidential election because with every presidential election comes new district elections in every city, in every county, in every state here in America. And they always target the impoverished, the low income, and the homeless. And the first agenda is to attack the homeless, make it more and more illegal, more harder for those people that want to help homeless individuals. And if you're sought being seen feeding the homeless, you're going to get a ticket. So, and with those laws that you're telling me about, it's terrible. It's just bloody terrible. And it makes it harder. We used to have the Salvation Army at Memorial Park every morning, every Saturday morning at 9 o'clock. They used to bring their big catering bag, Salvation Army. And they would have orange juice, they had waffles, sausage, syrup, they had coffee, they had pastries that they would get from Starbucks donated. And they were hassled by the city. and they no longer do that. They haven't been doing that in almost 3 years now. Several church groups used to be. There used to be an abundance of groups feeding here in Pasadena. But the city now, especially with the new mayor, Mary Terry Tornick, has made it impossible. Um, they're putting more and more restrictions on feeding the homeless. Um, the only ones that aren't really getting messed with, but there's going to be a time. Lake Avenue Church, Church of the Nazarene up in Sierra Madre, the Presbyterian Church, the Methodist Church, because they contribute and they donate a lot of money. But their time is rapidly coming around that they're going to put a kibosh on. All right, Drew. Thank you so much. I know it's getting late over there. Thank you. Thank you for showing up. Seen in the world news this morning, TV, that Trump will shut the government down if Democrats don't get the deal done for immigration over. He's an idiot. He's like a spoiled brat, stomping his feet because he's not getting what he wants. Putting his arms and his hands under his armpits, going, "Fine, I'm not gonna do that." He's acting like a little child, and that's the actions of a little child. All right, he's just a little baby. Yeah, he is. It's funny because out of voting, it's two presidents that I am disappointed in voting on. I voted for Obama the first term, yeah, and I voted for Trump this last time. But with Trump and Hillary, he was actually the lesser of the two evils, and Hillary, well, we wouldn't have free internet right now. That's for sure. That was like the main agenda. So, I don't know. You just never know in this day of age how they're going to turn out. So, because her first agenda was to take control of the internet and take it back to the early 90s and make it a paid service where you had to actually pay like America Online in order to get onto the internet. You know? And it wasn't until Yahoo came around that Yahoo broke that barrier to make it a free internet. And what was that other one? God, they didn't last very long. Earth Internet or something. Oh yeah, I know. Yeah. No, he's going to be a one-term president. That's for certain. Yeah. There's no real. He. I'm sure he will want to run, but Trump is only going to be a one-term president, and he's let a lot of people down. You know, more so than Obama did the first term. He's going to be a one-term president. Well, the only reason why the steel corporations have flourished is because we're selling steel back into our own country versus overseas. So if you think about it, I mean, our developers and our construction companies were buying steel from overseas at a cheaper cost. So now our construction companies and our engineering companies are being forced to buy steel within our own country versus overseas. So that's why they're flourishing in that sense. Those tariffs, yeah, but it's hurting our farming industry definitely because we can't sell overseas, and there's restrictions on that. Yeah, yeah. See, again, going back to Obama and Bush. Yeah, yeah. Well, and another thing is that a lot of and this is what I don't like. A lot of hospitals, when a homeless person or an elderly person is on Medi-Cal or Medicaid, um, they'll take them in, they'll diagnose them, they'll treat them lightly, and they'll call one of these ambulatory, not an ambulance, but an ambulatory service to pick them up and dump them off on the side of the street somewhere. Who cares somewhere? As long as they're off the property, it's no longer their problem or their care. Yeah, well, I think our country as a whole, we buy too much we buy too much produce from overseas and other countries. We used to buy just here within our own country and locally. That's why produce is so much more expensive because everybody bought like grocery chains, Bonds, Rouse, Midwestern part of the country. So yeah, we're hurting ourselves. But yeah, you're right. With the tariffs, now we're being forced to buy with our own country. We used to have back then, still in the early to mid '70s. We used to have, and I talked about this before. We used to have unions. Our coming off with one lady singing off, "Look for the union label. It stands that we are strong and whatever." We don't do that anymore. Our electronics used to say solid state. Solid state meant that it was manufactured and distributed here within the United States. You cannot find anything that says solid state anymore. My profession, um, I lost my life in 2005. Burning is now so much. Good morning, Jan. I forgot to say good morning. And what China and Russia both. He keeps flip flopping. He befriends them, shake their hand with the right hand, put his arm around them. Oh, good China, good Russia. And then a couple hours later, he's there. Well, you know what I meant around him. Oh, good China, good Russia. And then a couple hours later, he's there. Well, you know what I meant to say, or what I should have said was. It's like, how can you do that? So, yeah, I don't know. I personally am bloody tired of that. It's just, I don't know. I just hope that this next election we have a better choice, because we were down to the bottom of the bag and there was nothing but lint between the two candidates. So we didn't have much of a choice. And that includes the independents also. Yeah. And what they're doing is they're taxing the survivors of the member of the deceased family. They're saying, okay, all that Medicaid that we gave to your loved ones, you have to now pay back. It's starting to become more of a burden to be owed to your family members. I wouldn't want to do that, honestly. I mean, I have Medi-Cal. I don't have Medicaid. Medicaid is, and when you're on Medicaid, you get less than Medi-Cal. It's always been that way, but it's just getting worse. Yeah, honestly, I don't know. It would be better or not. I don't. I don't know if he's a good manipulator because you could always see through his facade. He's so boisterous about enunciating how he's doing things, and he's so fake and phony. I mean, all he's missing is that big red bulbous nose, honestly, and the circus music in the background. I mean, you can just see through what he's doing. I don't think he's. Honestly, he is very unbecoming of a U.S. president. And and I voted for him. So his morals. First, his morals are very unbecoming of a president. He, as a businessman, has no business ethics. When I took business ethics, he doesn't show one iota of what business ethics are. He's a loudmouth. He's arrogant. He has no respect for anyone else other than him. And he has no self-respect. I don't see how. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. The thing is, he's pissing off the entire world. You know, he's pissing off the entire world, and the two main strong countries, China and Russia. He's You have to have a certain respect for China. I know people think no, but yeah, you do. You need to have a certain respect for both China and Russia, and he has none. He Look what he's done with Putin. He befriended Putin, and at the same time, well, Putin, yeah, you can't do that. You cannot do that. All right, my friends, I need to go. I need to leave. It's empty. I have no more money. I'm broke. I gotta. Hopefully, here I can. Excuse me. Refill my Starbucks gift card. I gotta pull a rabbit out of my hat and do that. I need my Starbucks coffee. Hard to function. So either I think what is today? 30. Oh, I won't get any money or GR until the first, so I got 2 more days. I got food at home, that's fine. How I'm gonna function without coffee is just anyway. Uh, whew. My drug of choice, caffeine. Yeah, you need to be reunited as a whole. I hope so. I'm hoping that I get callbacks this week. These last 2 weeks. I put in a crap load of applications, both online and physically. More so online, and I don't like doing the online thing. It's so impersonal. All right, my friends. You guys have a great day. You guys take care of yourselves, take care of each other, but always take care of yourselves first. Love one another, trust one another, be kind to each other, help one another. Let's, let's hope we can have a good week. Let's hope we have no more fire breakouts, no more racism, BS, and let's hope that our police be a little smarter. Don't take today for granted or any other day thereafter. Pull down your pants and slide on the ice. If you like this live stream, hit the thumbs up. If you like what I'm doing entirely, hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell notification. I'm tired. Yesterday's hike at the trailhead just took it out of me. Follow the links below. Leave any comments, good or bad. and that one troll, that one hater named the one who knocks. Jan, you missed him this morning. He's a schmuck. You guys have a blessed Monday, a nice Monday. Let's hope your Monday and my Monday turns out to be good. Let's hope and pray we have a good week. A lot better than last week or the previous week. All right, my friends, I love you all. Take care, and I will see you tomorrow morning. And I think I have an idea where I'm going to go today. I still have an inspiration where I'm going to go. So after class, I'm just going to take off. Let's see where the wind takes this little dandelion seed. I love you all. All right, just me. Thank you so much. Love you guys. Bye bye.